What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight, and tonight I have some more Yu-Gi-Oh news for you guys. It looks like Soulburner's Fire Cyberse monsters have been revealed, and of course they're going to be in Soul Fusion, which is a set we've been talking about basically all night. So yeah, it's the next one after Cybernetic Horizon. Anyway, yeah, so far we have an effect monster, a link monster, which by the way, the link monster looks really cool. I mean, that looks awesome. And also a new ritual and ritual spell, and these are all Cyberse cards as well. So I'm really happy to see another ritual, by the way, too. I mean, I'm just really happy to see all these new ritual cards that we're seeing lately. So I never would have thought that they would get so many new cards, even that link monster we talked about earlier with like a new version of Nethides. But anyway, let's go ahead and go through these cards, and all the info will be in the description. First one we have is, of course, the effect monster. It is Salamangreat Foxy. It is a level 3 Fire Cyberse effect monster with 1000 attack, 1200 defense. Anyway, its effect is you can only use either this card's name's 1 or 2 effect per turn, and only once that turn. When this card is normal summon, you can excavate the top 3 cards of your deck, then add one excavated Salamangreat card to your hand, also shuffle the other cards into the deck. If this card is in your graveyard and you control a face-up spell or trap card, you can discard one Salamangreat card, special summon this card, then you can destroy one face-up spell or trap card. So anyway, at the beginning, I mean, we have it where it's kind of like a pot of duality sort of effect, basically helping you get more of these Salamangreat cards, which I hope I'm saying that, by the way. I mean, that's just how I'm pronouncing it. I hope I'm close enough, but anyway, yeah, it just kind of helps you search for whichever card you need from that, so that can obviously come in handy. And then also, too, in your graveyard and you already control a spell or trap card, you can just discard one of these Salamangreat cards and then special summon this, then destroy a face-up spell or trap card. So, sounds interesting, really. I mean, I haven't heard a lot about this archetype. Again, I'm a little bit behind on the show, which I haven't seen the episode where these are in there. So, yeah, I have a lot of homework to do tomorrow, basically. So I'm just gonna catch up on the show and get where I am to the newest episode. So that's my plan for tomorrow. So I don't understand exactly how these work so far, but yeah, I mean, it sounds like a good start. I mean, they seem really cool. Then, of course, after that, we have the Link monster, which is right here. Obviously, like I said, I really like his design. It is a Salamangreat Yugioh, which is a Link 3 Fire Cyberse monster with 2300 attack, and the Link arrows are at the top, the bottom left, and bottom right, and the materials are 2 fire effect monsters. Anyway, its effect is, if this card is Link summoned, you can target one card in your opponent's trap card zone, shuffle it into the deck. Once per turn, if this card was Link summoned using Salamangreat Yugioh as a Link material, you can target one face-up monster and one monster in your graveyard. The attack of the targeted on the field becomes the same as the attack of the target graveyard until the end of this turn. So it seems to have a pretty interesting effect. Again, I just don't fully understand these just yet since we don't have a ton of cards about them. But basically, you have another way to get rid of spell trap cards, so that's what it seems like the main theme is, to help get rid of those, which that's going to come in handy against a lot of different decks. And then also, if this card is part of a Link summon using itself, basically, so I guess if you go with another one afterwards, then you get an effect where you can just target a face-up monster and then a monster in your graveyard, and then just change the attack of that monster on the field to the one that's in the graveyard. So with that, I mean, you could, I guess, weaken your opponent's monsters. You could power up one of your monsters even with it. I mean, there's a lot of different ideas behind that too. So sounds pretty interesting. It's just, I don't know how easy it's going to be to use that effect, because again, you have to use Yugioh as a Link material for this. So, yeah, I don't know. It just kind of depends on how the rest of the cards work, but interesting idea. I mean, I kind of wonder how that's all going to go together. Again, I got to catch up on the show, so that will help me out when talking about some of these new cards. After that, though, we have the Ritual monster, which, again, so happy to see more rituals. This one is Salamangreat Emerald Eagle. It is a level 8 Fire Cyberse Ritual monster with 2800 attack, 2000 defense. Its effect is you can ritual summon this card with Rise of the Salamangreat. When this card is ritual summoned using a Salamangreat Emerald Eagle you control, you can destroy all special summon monsters your opponent controls. Once per turn, you contribute one Salamangreat Link monster. This card gains this effect until the end of this turn. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, destroy that opponent's monster, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. Again, this card seems really cool. So you have that same effect where you basically have to use this card to bring another one of them out, and then you gain an effect from it, kind of like how the Link monster works. So if you use another one of Emerald Eagle to bring out this one, then you get this effect where you can just destroy all special summon monsters your opponent controls, which obviously that can be a devastating effect. So it must be fairly easy to be able to do that, even with the Link monster stuff too, with how this archetype's going to go. So being able to do that, obviously, like I said, you can just wipe out most fields. I mean, just destroying all special summon monsters. Also, of course, too, I love this second effect because if you tribute a Salamangreat Link monster, then it gains this effect where it is basically Flame Wingman, in a way, because if it battles an opponent's monster, you just destroy that opponent's monster, and then they take damage equal to that monster's attack. So, again, it's sort of like an Elemental Flame Wingman sort of effect, and it's an effect that can do some serious damage to your opponent. I mean, if it's a stronger monster, you can definitely burn them for a good amount of damage. So, I really like that second effect. I think that'll be fairly easy to use, and again, I mean, once we know a little bit more about this archetype, or even if I'm still missing something on it, I wonder how easy it's going to be to use, you know, one to bring out another one. Kind of like how they're doing with that. But really interesting to see. I mean, another Cyberse Ritual monster. That's cool. Then, of course, we have the new Ritual spell, which is the one you used to bring this out. This is Rise of the Salamangreat. Of course, like I said, Ritual spell. Its effect is, this card can be used to Ritual summon any Salamangreat Ritual monster. Ritual summon one Salamangreat Ritual monster from your hand by tributing monsters you control or have in your hand whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the monster you Ritual summon. If you control a Fire Link monster, you can shuffle Salamangreat monsters from your graveyard into the deck instead. If this card is destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can special summon one Salamangreat Emerald Eagle from your hand, ignoring summoning conditions. So yeah, this is a really good Ritual spell card, because at the beginning of it, it's kind of the usual Ritual spell that we're used to seeing, but then it also has this effect where if you control a Fire Link monster, which by the way, that can be any Fire Link monster, it's not just for, you know, the archetypes, so it's not, you know, archetype specific on that, then you can shuffle Salamangreat monsters from your graveyard into the deck instead to help you Ritual summon. So by doing that, I mean, that can make it a lot easier to Ritual summon this monster. And again, I just like, too, how it's not specific on, you know, having to control one of these Salamangreat Link monsters. It just has to be a Fire Link monster. So that's definitely going to help you out with Ritual summoning, so I really like that part of the effect. Also, too, if this card is destroyed by opponent's card effect, you're just able to special summon Emerald Eagle from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. So that's just instant Ritual monster on your side of the field, and your opponent's really going to think twice about destroying your back row cards, too. So with that effect, I mean, just having an instant Ritual monster from it is going to be great. So yeah, I mean, it's a good Ritual spell. It's just kind of straight to the point, but being able to help you recycle your Salamangreat cards, you know, like that, your monsters, and then also can go for an instant Emerald Eagle if your opponent's just destroying back row cards, that can definitely work for you. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about these cards. Again, I feel like I'm still missing a few things about them just because, well, first off, it's only 4 cards of the archetype so far, and also, again, I'm behind on the show, which, like I said, tomorrow, that's just going to be my mission for tomorrow, is to get caught up again with everything. So I plan on just marathoning everything and get caught up, so I don't have that problem on it, because it'll help me out with these reviews in the future. And yeah, just let me know what you guys think about these cards. You excited about them? Not so excited? They seem like a really cool archetype, but again, it's kind of like one of those things when new cards are always revealed, I can't really say much until we have more info. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. All info will be in the description. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh news, and also ring that bell so you're notified, so keep you updated. And of course I will. Catch you guys later. See ya.